Hello my seven deadly sins, family and friends, welcome back to another video. So I was going to put out this really cool Derriere video, but then I realised we just got a new sector, so I thought let me quickly do it and I'll create a video for you, and that's what I've done. You would have seen a little clip there of a king actually getting that 3-star, and I'm not sure how many people showcase this, so I thought I would give it a go. I'm using a P5 king, which is pretty cool to see that a low potential can do so much damage. Now, I can P6 to get 75% skill, and obviously if you've got high, it's going to be so much better for you. There are a couple of caveats, and I wish I could change this. I wish I had time. I've actually spent some time with my family and with the eclipse, so I haven't had a lot of time to do a full free-to-play run, but having a low potential DPS, I think this was decent enough for now. I will get a free-to-play one out for you, or as free-to-play as I can get. Now, obviously, we've got the P10 Elizabeth and P10 Gotha. Is really nice, and probably the only reason I got the 3-star with such a low potential of king. Standard banner characters, they just kind of lack damage overall, especially at low potential for this really late game content. The earlier sectors it was fine, but now we've got like over 22 million health and so much defenses and defense shatter resistance, etc. It's just kind of nuts, to be honest. So if you've got lower potential Elizabeth and Gotha, it's still going to be possible. Whether you get the 3-star would probably highly depend on the potentials of your king. You'd probably need higher potential king. Now, with that said out the way, I had to have a max BF or SSR weapon. I had to try and get as much attack as possible, as much damage as possible, because I tried it at a 3-star and it just wasn't cutting it. I was getting around 240. No, that's being kind. I got about 253 minutes, the lowest I could do, with a 3-star. So I just needed that extra three stars, or the last 3 on my weapon to get more attack, and obviously from this as well. Now, I also had to do a very specific combo on how I did the skills, and trying to make sure that I double tagged with king to get the most out of the greedy ruler. I also only had a level 2. If you have level 3, it'll be even more, and if you have crit damage as well as your ultimate move damage on here, it would be even better as well, because of course you want crit damage, holy damage, ult damage for him. Now he's got 27k attack. When you use the food, it goes over to 31k. He has a really nice amount of crit chance, but you don't need a ton of crit chance on him, because you're going to get so much for free with his ultimate as well as his tag skill. He get a free 15 from his tag skill, and then also with your food you get an extra 12%, so you're going to get so much crit chance anyway. I'd love to have a bit more crit damage and more ult damage as well. It's not too bad, right? Now, with that out the way, I have waffled on a little bit. Let's have a look at Twigo and his attack pattern, because he does a lot of damage, especially if you don't dodge his skills, because of how his mechanics work. Every time you get hit by one of his skills, you get a debuff, and it does have like a 16-second cooldown, I believe it is. So if you don't get hit after 60 seconds, it will go away. But if you consistently get hit by him, as we see here, after the 4th one, we're going to take a chunk of damage. So one more hit, ready, and boom, we get a chunk of damage. There we go, pop. That did a lot of damage. Now, if you're mid-range, or if you're in a range, he's going to do the slashes as we've been seeing, the ones that are in a cone, and also the ones that kind of just do lines out of him like that. So if you're like right close to him, right on top of him, I'm going to die, yeah, right on top of him, when he does the one that spreads out, you're going to take a buttload of damage. You have to be quite careful about that. But the one where he slashes as a cone, he usually jumps back do that. So let's try and get that for you. I'm going to probably cut it until he jumps back. So there we go. He jumps away and then he does the slash. A good way to dodge that, if you can't dodge with your actual dash, is literally just to tag, right? When he's about to do it, you tag in. And because you're so far away, because he does jump back, you just tag to him and you won't get hit by it. Now, you might have seen some other attacks by him. I might actually cut them in here. If you're close, he's going to like charge up to a red hit. Oh, this is a different one. So I missed it. I didn't time it right. But he'll lift his sword up and he like glows blue so you can stun him. But if you don't time it right, he'll just do a slam and it'll be a big AoE around him. You get knocked back and it does a lot of damage. I'm sorry, I don't know why my nose is so itchy. So there's that one, as well as one that is like a red line that you're going to have to try and dodge. There we go, this one. So he does that and then a slam. So there's just two-parter. And that's basically all of his attacks. There's nothing else. He just keeps repeating these ones. If you're far range, he's going to do that. The range attacks. If you get close, he's going to try and stun you. That's when he glows red. And then also the one where he lifts up the sword and where you can stun him. Now, unfortunately, stunning him does not put any debuffs on him or anything, but at least you have that window of opportunity to do damage to him. So I think that covers basically everything that he does. Just try and dodge. He does a lot of damage, just like a lot of these later ones. They can do a lot of damage, so just try and dodge their attacks the best you can. Try, unless it's a glowing red attack, you can dodge with your tag skills and your ultimates, right? If it's a glowing red attack, you will get hit and stunned, and it will knock you out of your tag or your ultimate. And he only has one of them, so it's not too bad. Now, with that out of the way, I hope that I didn't rush through it and you were able to understand the attack pattern and kind of what he does. After like a few runs, you kind of get the gist of it and kind of like how he starts out, what he does. Because like right at the start, you'll use your daisy or whatever, and then you'll tag in, and like literally straight away he will do the red attack, red glowing attack to stun you, which is really annoying because you get stunned for quite a long time and you're just wasting that DPS window. And usually after he does the stun attack, that's when he will jump back to do the range slash. So yeah, that's pretty much it out of that. Now here's the full run with the P5 King. I really appreciate it if you do watch that and haven't clicked away already. If you haven't clicked away and you are going to watch the full thing, put in the comment saying "Jolly, you're a silly goose," just for a bit of fun, and I'll know that you are one of the favourite viewers. Right, so here we go. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. It was pretty good. It was a little close. I thought it was probably a really good run in comparison to what I have done in the past, because it took me quite a few tries, to be honest. But yeah, P5, I know I got some really good supports, but P5, that was pretty good damage, to be honest. Again, I apologise I don't have a full free-to-play, like low potential run for you today, but I will try and get that to you in the coming days. Tomorrow it will be the Derriere one. I've already recorded that. It will give me the time to actually try and get that free-to-play run done for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support you give me, whether you need to know this knowledge or that because you could have already known it or not. So thank you. And until my next video, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until then, cheerio.